Alright, alright. Right back where I left off. The girls' locker room.
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting hands together in brief prayer, Sakura began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What does this mean?
Yeah, wait, well, you.
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
What?
a boy.
Oh, what the fuck?
I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact. What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true? Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, that had never crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now
Yeah.
everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
He can't say swear word because he's too rich.
I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong,
Yeah.
we'll all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Byakuya didn't do it. Who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? One thing we can be sure know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means... kills a guy. The crime scene was in the boys' locker room. You need a boys' handbook to get in. So Leon's handbook is apparently broken. The killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. Still not enough. I still need to find some more clues. That was Celeste's account again. Oh yeah, damn.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer! And only the killer! And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man! Game over!
Yeah! No! Not game over!
As a matter of fact, there is an eyewitness account regarding Chihiro. Okay, yeah. So it's.
Isn't there a single clue?
Well, did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah. All we need right...
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the...
No, he's wrong. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Ugly noises.
Hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Track jacket and a duffel bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
I'd better get going, I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed. Oh, the marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Your track jacket really holds some clue about the killer? No, it's really hard to believe. Alright, so this is probably one where I'm gonna have to remember it.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! We picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
What he said just now is really odd. I know something like that.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! We picked it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even. Cause exercising.
I have a white track. I got it from the warehouse.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to
No way.
Not a chance.
You heard him, right? First of all,
We know where he was on his way to go. So next, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the
I got it!
We picked that.
It matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Oh, you know.
No, it's wrong. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. Then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just. I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
no, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility. Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the package into her bag in a hurry. It's almost like she was trying to hide it. Just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Damn.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question. There There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail? Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
Damn.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Damn.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal? Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Fuck. This guy is he's really funny. I like this guy.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
I'm grounded on this. Chihiro's.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
Now Monokuma's gonna be pissed.
I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Okay, I can just delete the possibility of the book then. So I can just embarrass myself in front of everyone.
I got it!
Dang,
You
it's
already
weak.
told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
Yeah.
Allow me like to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's
Hmm.
handbook in the sauna,
Educational.
then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out?
Oh,
Kuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
it was Mondo because
Quite the mystery.
he was already in the
What if they found
sauna.
out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
Because Mondo had all his clothes on in the
Killer
sauna.
took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke. They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Rip. Be one who wore all this clothes in the sauna was? Well, like... no shit. Yeah. Get fucked,
Here's my
idiot.
answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept
Damn.
this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Don't want to believe it either, but found something that proved beyond a shadow of a doubt. Oh shit. It's one of these.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna showdown, if I can just prove that. Show handbook. Oh.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken,
My mouse wheel doesn't
then
work,
that
so...
proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Not that cute, but her to fucking fly.
Let's test if what he said you broke your own. In other words, if Mondo, then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, it doesn't.
See? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Let's test if what he says is you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook, then that proves that what.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No.
No, what's wrong? Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Yeah. So now I gotta make the comic. No, that might not be right. This one's kind of hard. I think that doesn't look like Jiro. It looks like the Gray Man. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, so holy shit. This is a lot harder than the last one. Okay, I'll just stick with that for now. One second, maybe. Yeah, that fits better. Then think that. Maybe this goes over here, because that's the sauna. Maybe it's that then. Okay. Okay. This right here. Man. Then what's right here? Oh, there. There we go. What's this? I don't know.
The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident.
I hope I'm not a fucking idiot.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Shit. So that's wrong. What's this?
Here's exactly what happened.
Now did I fuck up here?
With bag in hand, she made her way to the locker room. But how could the victim,
What?
who was apparently a girl,
Okay.
Simple. Because which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
Fuck. That it? Alright, then he went to the girls' room. There we go.
Here's exactly what happened.
Let's hope.
Which is why the killer hurried to then removing the... and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Okay. So maybe that one's this.
Here's exactly what happened. After all, Sayaka and using one of those. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
Why the fuck? Byakuya, you stupid bitch.
Stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they plan to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Damn.
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Shit. We got him.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Revealed itself earlier in the trial. But somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now. To do that, everything will become clear. Absolutely. Fever time and error time. So press the space key. For time will activate. The tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push. Okay. It's only highest until your focus gauge runs out. Let's make the best possible use of your time. Only you got to expect. It's a special time, right? You're also prepared for nigga time here. Nigga time and bullet time battle. Your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. You activate a fever time at this point. No, never mind. There's nothing going to happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Surprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use nigga time. Oh, good luck, have fun. Oh no, who's the opponent? This guy. So he's pissed.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Get fucked.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Damn. Damn. No, this is a long ass fucking trial though, but damn. Hey, I got some coin though. Cash.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait, hold on.
No waiting. No hold time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank. Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Yeah. I think we all fucking know who it is. Wonder what this one's gonna be. Uh-oh, this time looks like you got it right again. Yes, it's so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Awada. In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way you could kill someone. Sorry. Why are you apologizing? Why? Why do you do it? Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence. Allow me to explain on his behalf. The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the left control key to fast forward the text. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide it and buried himself further and further into that weakness, take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Nobody will be able to say something about even though you're a boy, no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell. The inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, and instead it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak. Yeah. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world, the survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. Then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more willing to divulge. Even though he dresses as a girl, Chihiro's actually a boy. That was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end, and the hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into a dilemma must have sent them spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now. I also don't want to leave things the way I are. Maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm gonna get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be his first and only chance he would get at it. When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell this person his secret first, then ask them to help him from there. The person he went to?
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, sure it was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. Chihiro probably figured out that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it would give me some courage. So he went to ask Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that with Mondo's support he would be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then he must have been why Mondo did what he did, to keep his promise he made to Chihiro. Oh, what he did? I mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been a part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. Real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. How does the moving body keep his secret?
Because...
To everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room. Then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would immediately begin to suspect his identity, so tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did keep that promise he'd made Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you? No matter what I did, I didn't want anyone to know. That's what triggered it after all. Possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed. That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something you didn't even want to know. Even if it meant killing someone, it's impossible. How many times must I repeat myself? Judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, you obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, we're on the subject. Why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, the secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? The fuck? Yo, hey, whoa. Hey. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraffs across the country tremble. The only reason he had the chance to join a gang was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother, his name was Deo Water. Mondo had nothing but respect for him, but it was because of Deo that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his bigger brother, so he imitated everything that he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, his charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. Before anyone knew it, it had grown to the biggest biker gang in the country. Dea, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would take over the gang from his older brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to grow in Mondo's very soul. Kid's gonna take over for Dea, huh? Dea created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Could someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossiping and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why I gotta get stronger than Dea. Once, just one time. No matter how, no matter what, I gotta win. I don't care what it takes, just gotta come out on top. Night of this amazing. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. During the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Dea never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang strong. Keep the gang together. Team, you, me, put it together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together, to keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Dea was gonna lose his kid brother. So stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
Damn, bro. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. Then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Holy shit, dog. Fucked up. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, would have been for nothing. So that's why. Mondo. To what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness. Just started swirling around. Never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or to say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety, way down my stomach. Right around then, Chio asked me to start working out with him. Right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
I mean, you kept that secret all this time. If anyone found out, you would...
But
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. Words were like a knife in my gut. Felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living for myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You saying I should just say it?
What?
Saying if I really am, I should be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. Jealous of Chihiro's strength. The strength to face his own weakness, trying to overcome it. It's the kind of strength I never had. I was so jealous of him. That jealousy broke me. You making fun of me? I'm strong. You fucking with me right now?
No.
I'm not making fun of me. You really are strong, Mondo. I feel like I can hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What do you want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why do you have to tell me that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. I'm strong. Man, it's fucked up. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
Holy fuck. Dog. I don't remember anything after that. Up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down the ground. Hey! I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. Weakness like that lived in his heart, turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Piece of shit, Monokuma. Fuck you, man. Look at him. You see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't just cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I don't. Bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say that again, I dare you. Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. This is what I want to say, but... Unfortunately, I can't do that right now, because it's time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing? In execution. That's what I promised you, right? The blacking that disturbs the peace will be punished. Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Said wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Alright. shit. So it's a carnival thing. Gauge of death. Silly fucking bear. Oh shit. What? Are you fucking serious right now? Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. Get me. A brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Stanka's sad screams invaded our skulls. We were each forced to realize once again. He, of course, had to. What disappointment. This is the end of the game. But Byakuya, you're completely insane, you know that? A game, one of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. Don't have a response except that.
however,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? In Navis, because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death, chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library, as usual.
Honestly.
So you know the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. Night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which when I stumbled upon him, spotted Mondo coming into the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. Did you actually witness the murder? He was just a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I've seen him. So you're saying you know the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. I decided to lend a little helping hand. That it might be liven things up. Did all that to liven things up.
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Tokyo, I decided to use that. Create fake murder scene. Damn, man. We hadn't figured out. Really done it. You would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. He turned to look me in the eye. Feel her sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, never did, I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, now I know who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey,
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next! You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? The question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope into despair. What do you mean? 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 Mean, 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 mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Then I'm gonna stand alone as your victor. Everything will be revealed to me. Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. Boo-hoo, I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship. Shut up, I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of Tokami family, which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all
Oh, so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper, temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Oh. Onikuma's laughter pealed across the courtroom. The curtain closed in the case of Chihiro Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell. It had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
One thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
What was 30 that equals to that be?
My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Oh, God. Wow. Damn, bro. Yeah, fuck. Sniff, sniff. Oh, what?
I know I shouldn't cry.
Yo. Poggers. Yo, 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 yo.
I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon. It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Yo, what the fuck? Donuts. Need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donuts holes, molodosas.
Okay.
Oh, God of donuts, I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. Right now, for me, donuts are absolutely necessary. Huh?
Huh?
What's that sound? Sounds like it's come from the bathhouse. Oh, I'm
But
super scared, but after whatever the fuck this is, I'm gonna quit. Someone there? The fuck? Yo. Morning after the conclusion of the second class trial. Went up in the dining hall just like always. Expected it to start like any other day. Not expected, but these gal gonna but token be accused of refused to show up. I haven't changed my Sasha anywhere. That is double certain, so she's taking it easy here in the room for today. That is ritual and unusual for her. Normally she's so full of energy. Like what makes me worry.
So then,
It's just the 7 of us then. Looks that way.
How about that?
It's time this weird committee chairman needs to get things going with a bang.
Impossible.
Or not. Doug hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. Well, look at his face. He hasn't slept a wink last night. Must be because of Mondo. Two of them became so close, and then he finds out that Mondo killed your hero. Then having to watch Mondo get punished. And nothing he could do about it. Can't even imagine what must have done to him.
well,
So, I mean, what's gonna happen now? If we found any way out, we have no idea. Help's ever gonna come. How much has passed just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along and live together in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. That's the only hope we have now. What, to live here forever?
well,
Here we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, every need is to see to. Why are you dissatisfied? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world you long for?
is that okay?
Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence. As society grows, so does its perversion. In which case, our current situation not. Diamond Angel, Party Pudgy Princess.
Huh?
Here we go.
Right, the drill shop owner, the bunny-eared Amazon cat girl dog boy, Robo Justice, the Galactic King, and. I mean, is there's no 2D here?
There is nothing to be done.
The mastermind put such base desire to their advantage, bending you to their will.
You know?
Okay, well there, since Tuck is like catatonic. As the oldest here, I'm officially stepping up to take the lead. We're all gonna work together and spend the rest of the day searching the school. Searching?
I'm right,
You know,
right?
since the class trial's over and all. There should be no places for us to investigate. Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time.
Well then.
Once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problem with that, Celeste? There may well be a discovery waiting for us with each further adventure life here. Now, the point is to look for clues. Just like that. We were starting to come together, and she barged in. Did ya? Nobody called for you. How come it's inside jail, not Toko? God, this place is just so amazing. I finally a place I can leave my murderous self. What you decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in a cave from me. I have another battle to fight. Whole killer with a split personality thing is so overdone. I gotta destroy that stereotype. I'll fight day and night to murder those totally slanderous cliches. But you are the killer with the split personality. If she wasn't here, my chances of survival would at least go up 10%. Fun, he had to back me up here, even though Beck astonished me to be able to hold him up. Yeah. What else we do today? First we should eat. We can't do anything on an empty stomach. Alright, let's hurry up and eat so we can start our investigation. First eating breakfast with a murderer. Much needed, but a very annoying meal. We set to work on looking around the school. Okay. So. Yeah. I'll just save right fucking here. Do slot 20. right.